SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, has not only become synonymous with frequent launches dominating the space industry, but also stands out for deploying its vital satellite broadband project Starlink. In 2022, Starlink contributed significantly, generating $1.4 billion in revenue. By achieving break-even cash flow in November 2023, Starlink is emerging as a substantial economic engine for SpaceX, with Euroconsult estimating it may constitute over 40% of the company's business, exceeding $3 billion by the end of 2023. So how does Elon Musk's Starlink bring in billions for SpaceX? To know, stay till the very end of the video. SpaceX. Since its inaugural launch in 2019, SpaceX's Starlink has experienced a meteoric rise, amassing over 2 million active customers across 60 countries and all 7 continents. Lauded for bridging the digital divide, especially in remote and disaster-stricken areas, Starlink has become indispensable during events like the Russia-Ukraine war. However, concerns within the scientific community, particularly in astronomy, have surfaced due to potential interference caused by the expansive satellite constellation. Behind Starlink's growth. In a stark departure from the gradual subscriber increments of traditional satellite service providers, Starlink, SpaceX's brainchild, has achieved a monumental feat, soaring to 2 million subscribers within a mere 2 years. This unprecedented pace contrasts sharply with the decade-long timelines of predecessors, underlying Starlink's remarkable market penetration. The global consumer satellite services sector, encompassing TV, radio, and broadband internet, exceeded $92 billion in 2022, and Starlink stands poised to secure a substantial share. Originally targeting consumers, Starlink has rapidly diversified, extending its services to enterprise domains like maritime and aviation. With commitments from over 4,000 vessels and agreements for 400 commercial and business aviation aircraft, the maritime segment has proven particularly receptive. SpaceX's venture into cellular satellite connectivity for unmodified smartphones, in collaboration with global telecom partners such as T-Mobile, further expands its reach. An essential catalyst for Starlink's rapid ascent is SpaceX's unparalleled autonomy. As a vertically integrated entity, SpaceX handles satellite production, launches, and service provision independently, streamlining its supply chain. Despite early challenges, SpaceX has managed to slash the manufacturing cost of its consumer antenna from an initial estimate of $3,000 to under $600. Residential customers now acquire the equipment for $599, a testament to SpaceX's commitment to affordability and sustainable growth in the burgeoning satellite services market. Starlink and Geopolitics. Even in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, Starlink has emerged as an indispensable tool, providing crucial communication pathways for both military and civilian entities. SpaceX's Starlink service, initiated in response to Ukraine's digital minister Mikhailo Fedorov's request in February 2022, has played a pivotal role in maintaining connectivity when other communication networks were compromised. Elon Musk highlighted Starlink's significance during the 2023 Viva Technology Conference, revealing that, amid the conflict, it stood as the sole operational communication network, serving as the backbone for Ukrainian military communications on the front lines. Beyond resilience, Starlink has demonstrated agility in countering attempts to disrupt its service. As Russia sought to jam Starlink, SpaceX executed real-time software updates, mitigating the impact and ensuring continued connectivity. However, SpaceX expressed reservations about the offensive use of its technology by Ukraine, particularly in coordinating drone strikes. Gwynne Shotwell, SpaceX's president and COO, emphasized during a Washington, D.C. conference in February 2023 that Starlink was never intended for weaponization. Controversy arose when it was revealed that Musk had declined a September 2022 request by Ukrainian military officials to activate Starlink service in Crimea, which could have facilitated a surprise drone attack on a Russian naval fleet. Musk reportedly feared such an action might escalate tensions to nuclear war. Despite this, in June 2023, the Department of Defense secured a contract with SpaceX for Starlink's use in Ukraine, signaling official endorsement. SpaceX's involvement in geopolitical matters extended with the Department of Defense contract worth up to $70 million for the development of a military-specific Starlink version named Starshield. Recognizing Starlink's influence, some nations, including the European Union, have initiated investments in their satellite networks. The EU committed €2.4 billion to build a constellation expected to achieve full capacity by 2027. Scientific concerns. SpaceX envisions deploying up to 42,000 Starlink satellites, a number echoed by competitors such as Amazon, Eutelsat, OneWeb, and Telesat, with several nations planning their mega constellations. This surge in satellite presence, from 2,200 a few years ago to potentially 40,000 or even 100,000, raises profound concerns within the astronomical community. The multitude of satellites illuminated by the sun during the night poses a significant challenge for astronomers, interfering with observations and impacting tools like the Hubble Space Telescope. Acknowledging these concerns, SpaceX has made design adjustments to minimize satellite brightness, but astronomers argue for more comprehensive solutions. The pivotal requirement is precise real-time tracking of each satellite's position from any observer's vantage point to mitigate interference. Satellites not only disrupt optical observations, but also pose a serious threat to radio astronomy. The transmission of microwaves towards the ground interferes with radio observation, necessitating negotiations for the temporary shutdown of transmissions when satellites are over large radio observatories. Beyond observational concerns, the proliferation of satellites raises apprehensions about space debris. The exponential increase in objects in Earth's orbit could render significant portions unusable, posing a long-term threat to space activities. Additionally, the deorbiting process introduces potential risks to people on Earth. As the satellite race intensifies, the scientific community emphasizes the need for responsible satellite deployment, urging collaboration between satellite operators and astronomers to mitigate adverse effects. Lifetime of a Starlink. SpaceX has previously stated that the lifespan of a Starlink satellite is approximately 5 years, necessitating frequent replacements for sustained service. A recent report from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and nonprofit research group, the Aerospace Corporation, foresees that by 2035, Starlink satellites could pose 85% of the risk to aviation and ground safety from falling space debris. The report contends that if Starlink satellites fail to fully burn up during atmospheric re-entry as intended, there could be an alarming consequence. An estimated 1 person on Earth killed or injured every 2 years due to falling Starlink debris. In response, SpaceX issued a letter on October 9, 2023, disputing the report. SpaceX criticized the analysis, citing deep flaws, a lack of knowledge, a flawed methodology, and reliance on outdated data. The company urged the FAA to correct its report to Congress, asserting that the claims regarding Starlink disposal risks to people on the ground and aviation were preposterous, unjustified, and inaccurate. The ongoing debate underscores the crucial need for comprehensive assessments and responsible management of space debris in the burgeoning era of satellite megaconstellations. SpaceX challenged the FAA analysis, emphasizing its reliance on non-Starlink data and highlighting the company's track record, demonstrating that Starlink satellites constantly burn up upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. While the FAA declined an interview request and SpaceX did not respond, concerns persist. Environmental worries are raised by the chemical composition of returning satellites, which burn into the higher atmosphere. The potential impact remains unknown and inadequately studied. While there is skepticism regarding the risk of stray Starlink debris causing harm, comprehensive studies on the environmental consequences of populating low Earth orbit with a substantial number of satellites are deemed essential by experts like Benvenuti. The call for rigorous examination underscores the need for responsible space practices amidst the exponential growth of satellite constellations. Future. Undoubtedly, Starlink's rapid growth is evident, but sustaining this pace poses challenges for SpaceX. Demand saturation has set in, especially after 2 years in many markets, with the most eager subscribers likely already on board. Starlink's efforts to stimulate demand by reducing terminal costs from the US baseline of $600 to as low as $150 in targeted campaigns reflect this dynamic. Starlink's success is interlinked with SpaceX's ambitious Starship project. The delay-ridden development of Starship, a next-generation reusable rocket, poses a critical hurdle. For Starlink to maintain its exponential growth trajectory, Starship's regular deployment is vital. Starship's enhanced capacity is necessary for launching the increasing number of satellites essential for network expansion and replacing aging ones. Competitive pressures intensify with Amazon's Project Kuiper emerging as a formidable rival. Project Kuiper, adopting a vertically integrated approach similar to Starlink, plans to beta test its network by the end of 2024. Leveraging Blue Origin for launches, Amazon aims to use its e-commerce platform to deliver equipment and services. The competition signifies a trend toward low Earth orbit, LEO broadband systems, offering flexibility crucial for national security and connecting underserved rural populations. While the future promises further innovation in LEO broadband internet systems, SpaceX's ability to sustain Starlink's unprecedented growth hinges on overcoming demand saturation, addressing delays in Starship development, and navigating intensifying competition. The evolving landscape holds potential not only for industry growth, but also for extending connectivity to marginalized communities, transforming the dynamics of global internet access. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Share your thoughts about the video in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for all future updates. See you next time.